Hello there, my name is Taylor Wheeler, and so I used to be a freelancer struggling to get clients, and I had no idea, how to basically close, how to price. I think a lot of us all have the skills to do work, but it's the ability to actually consult someone that's really important. So I wanted to do a quick video basically answering a comment I got asking, how can you get leads as a freelancer? And this is what I did. So number one, networking. Right, start in your local area. Right, we all live in our own places, and we can all leverage the people around us. And the best way to do that is networking groups. Now, there's loads of networking groups around. I joined one called BNI. I think it's Business Networking International. It was really useful. I put on a suit every day. Every day. I went there Wednesdays, 9:30, for 2 hours, and I'd meet business owners and basically learn more about their businesses and build relationships, because I think most of the time what I realized is if you just become friendly with people, you can really make them feel comfortable about you working on their business. I mean, like I said, a lot of the time I don't think quality when it comes to web design or digital services is the problem, especially with AI now. So yeah, it's interesting because there's more of a onus on being a good salesperson, being client facing. And so yeah, I like to wear a suit. I like to nice tie, pocket square, make sure you got some nice shoes on, all that sort of stuff. So when you get into that networking thing, how can you make the most of it? So always take the opportunities, right? This is a huge thing. You've got to really take the opportunities. You've got to walk up to people, you've got to say hello, and then you've got to be a good listener, and you've got to understand how to find out what their current situation is, their desired situation is, and then you need to set yourself up as the vehicle to get them from A to B. Alright, so say I'm a business, I'm a product business, I'm not making enough sales. Alright, so I would ask that person, so how's your business going right now? What's the one thing that you're struggling with or is keeping you awake at night? And they say, the sales aren't going great. And a lot of the time that's linked to websites or their digital infrastructure. Something may not be going well there. And it's where do you want to be? I like to say, what's the dream? And that's a good one, because it opens them up personally, because it's a bit more outside of business. It's what's the dream? Where are you going? I always start with hey, can I ask you a question in a moment? And wait. And they'll be oh yeah, sure. I say what's the dream? And just shut up and pause. And then they'll kind of let you know. Some people have families, some people just want to make some money, some people, there's all sorts of reasons, right? That's why you ask it. Sorry, my camera's going walkies there. So yeah, that's a really good way to work out what people need and set yourself up as a person to help them. And I feel fairly privileged. I grew up in Cirencester in England, and went to good schools, so I'm well spoken. I can speak the language well. But if English is not your first language, I would definitely work on your English and practice that and really make that a key point, because it's communication is everything, right? So that's my first tip. My second tip for getting your first jobs, this goes hand in hand. It's once you get a client, you really want to do your best work, all right? Because a lot of the time they will tell other people. And if they start getting results, they talk, and that's the next thing you know. So I've just done a couple of sites, And I spoke to the guy this morning, and he said, yeah, I showed this site to this guy that I'm working with, and he's like, oh, I'd love one too, right? So he's already gotten me one through a builder, right? And this is at 2.5K, so it's not small peanuts or anything. So word of mouth, leverage word of mouth by being really, really good at what you do. And that just takes practice. So I'm in web design and software design, so I would say build your own website, really get good at that, understand the flow. This is a good moment to plug my prompt pack. So I like working agentically. It is the future. I do everything through an agent now. I don't I try and minimize the amount I'm clicking a screen or typing or anything like that. So let's cross the road here. So yeah, I try and minimize that. So these prompt packs are basically, so anytime I want to spin up a new instance of an agent, I can just point it to the repo. You can put the pack in there and it's going to run through a workflow. Alright, so there's a web dev prompt up there. My SEO pack I'm selling for $47. I sell that for like $149 a month, $249 a month to clients. And all you do is you run the agent every week, and it makes a new content page. So those are really good assets. So you can get that in the description below the video. So yeah, I really recommend doing good work that gets results. That's obviously like key. Tip number 3. So I did write these down, but I've completely forgotten them. Tip number 3 for getting leads. So, okay, yeah, number 3, obviously, your own website. Of course. So, you need to leverage having a website with something like a quiz funnel on it. Why? Everyone's on mobile these days. It's like a one-tap funnel through on your phone. If you have that thing, like I've got the SEO pack and you're running that every week, you'll very easily generate local leads by putting out content pages. You can do it without the SEO pack, but it just makes it a lot easier because you're expediting that to the agent. And then Google business page. You get a Google business page, put yourself on the map in the local area, and people will search for your service and find you on the map, come through. If you've got a good funnel, that converts, and that's in my web dev prompt as well. You can get that totally free. It's got a basic format of a quiz funnel and how you can get an agent to code it. And if you put one of those in a site and you work out how to get traffic through your site, you will just get leads online. And I just had a quote through for $5.5 grand from someone on my site. They haven't closed, but that's just come through organically. So that is a massive arm, and it's a really good source of practice as well if you want to practice. So I do recommend that. And then of course you've got social media and you've got digital marketing. Now personally, I'd like to leverage web design and I guess now this is me doing social media, right? So making videos, talking to people about how they can do things builds trust. And again, if you can point them to a website, again, I'm doing the same thing, link in description, point them to a website, they can go there, they can find the stuff, you can get a bit of information from them, you can continue the conversation. That's what it's all about, right? Just basically getting someone in, showing them that you know what you're talking about, and slowly warming them up. It's like when people say warming up, what do you mean? It's just like, well, I don't know you, you don't know me. Maybe if I give you something that you find value in for free, you might, be like, this guy's cool. He knows what he's doing, right? And if you lower that barrier to entry, so you offer a free thing, really, really helps to get people going. So I highly recommend that. So digital marketing, that's great as well. So same thing with a quiz funnel. You can run ads directly into a quiz funnel. I highly recommend it. Quiz funnels usually have 3 or 4 steps and basically go over, okay, what price range is your budget in for me for web design? Do you have a website? How's it currently performing? Are you happy with its performance? and then just leave a name, email, and phone number. That makes it really easy for me to follow up. You can also then set a webhook coming from the website to Telegram now. So I've got Telegram on my phone, and as soon as that lead comes through, I'll get a message in Telegram. I can click the button on the phone number and it will call them, right? So speed to lead as well, massive. You know, if you really want to get that conversion up, massive. So a few things to think about there, you know, real world networking locally in your local area, how you understand to talk to people, to understand their problems and their needs, and how you can be the vehicle, your own website, and really putting a lot of effort into that and working on it week by week, and having a big focus on conversion rate optimization, okay? Because like there's you've got two components. You've got traffic and you've got conversion, and then you've got like, once you've converted, then you need speed, right? You need speed to basically get them while they're hot, right? And that means another few things. That means you need to get up early. It means you need to go to bed and live on sociable hours, because you need to be there to service the lead needs to be, right? Don't automate everything. I think that's the beauty of automating everything, right? Is that the real life we can live, and you know, in this frame, all the code, all the digital stuff, that can be managed by AI, and you know, there's the harmony, there's the symbiotic nature of, you know, a developer working with a machine now, which is really cool. So yeah, to round it up, where we at 11 minutes, so that's great, or 12 minutes. So yeah, if you got any questions, just put it below. I've obviously got my free things. I've started a school community. I'm kind of new to all this, but I'm basically teaching people what I do, especially getting the leads. So if my information here is like, you know, you want some hands-on help, or you want to speak to me directly, you can get that by joining the community. Just fill in a few questions and I'll give you access. But I'm really excited about like what's going on right now. It's really, really interesting, and I'm getting great results for clients, and really enjoying what I'm doing. You know, coding with agents is insanely fun for me, you know, and it feels like every day I'm learning something new. Every day I'm building more into my systems, and you know, the beauty is they're just files, so I can share those files with people like yourself, to give you, you know, the quick route in, you know, all this knowledge I've gained. I will just finish off by saying, like, you have to understand why. Right? Why are you running the agents? How are you running the agents? What are personas for the agents? What are these workflows? Right? And that can only be done with time spent. But you spend enough time and you put enough effort in, you'll know. So anyway, love you and leave you there. But see you in the next one.